Morning, guys. Mama B here outside. It's around 8 o'clock Central Time. We are starting with the morning gardening. I have found that it works out best if you garden first thing in the morning. And while gardening, I always seem to find some trash left by my little friends. This morning in the garden, just a lot of watering. We've had some really, really hot days here in zone 9A. Have not gotten a lot of water. So we have needed to water everything every day. Rotated the compost. I have our compost coffin that I need to rotate with a rake. And we have a peach tree over there. That is our new peach tree. That one right there. I got it for my husband for Father's Day. He's been wanting a peach tree for a while. So we need to transplant that one today. No one has to work today, so we should get a lot of stuff done.
It's about noon. No one works today, so dinner tonight. We are doing a crock pot spaghetti. I've got my meat here from Hawthorne Ranching Cattle from our friends. It's a local farm here in the Houston area. They deliver to the Woodlands in Tomball. So I will leave the code for 5% off in the description of the video. Okay, so I am adding, this is to feed our family of 6. I just dealt with raw meat, so I am washing my hands. So, hands are clean. I have my cast iron. This is a Lodge skillet. I really, really love this one. I am just giving this a rough chop. And I'm going to let this cook over medium for a while. This is just 2 pounds of ground longhorn beef. That's had a nice little rough chop. I'm gonna put that on the spoon rest, and then we are going to start on the vegetables. So, I usually use at least 1 whole onion, okay? Veggie scrap bag. We've talked about this before. I keep the vegetable scraps that cannot be used, that are not edible, and I make vegetable broth and or beef broth, my own chicken broth. One thing I want you guys to keep in mind, I will eventually do a broth video. Never throw your bones away. If you have bones from some kind of roast, or if you have even a rotisserie chicken, do not throw your bones away. You can take a bag of frozen vegetable scraps, extra bones, and turn that into delicious bone broth. A lot of times I will use the pre-minced garlic, but I happen to have garlic in the house right now. So once again, throwing all my veggie scraps in the bag. I am going to leave, a lot of people mince it. I'm gonna leave this garlic whole because as I smash it, it is going to kind of break apart organically. And so I can just throw it in there, and then with it cooking, I'm going to put this sucker on high today, and we'll probably eat between 5 and 6. So that's 5 to 6 hours from now. The garlic will kind of just dissipate into a kind of mush anyway. So it's not a super big deal to me for it to be whole in the crock pot. You can see I've got 6 garlic cloves and a whole red onion in there. This is my 2 pounds of ground meat. I opened a bottle of red. This one's a red blend. I usually add a cup of red wine to my spaghetti sauce. So there's a cup of red wine. I'll put this aside for tonight. I have some beef broth that I need to get rid of. Reduce, reuse, recycle, right guys? Let's measure this out because I haven't measured it out yet. This will just add some more depth, and oh, look at that. Almost a cup, 3/4 of a cup. So this is some beef broth that I made from some bones that we had lying around and a bag of vegetable scraps. So that is 1 cup of broth, approximately 1 cup of broth, a cup of wine. This is some tomato paste. This is Members Mark Sam's Club tomato paste. I love this stuff. It comes in a case of 12, but this is roughly half of it. I love adding tomato paste to spaghetti sauce because it gives it that super duper good depth of flavor, just that thickness. Okay, so putting this in the sink, we'll have to rinse that out later. And then let's move on to all the others. So tomato sauce, diced tomatoes. I usually add 2 of both of these. These are also Members Mark that you can get at Sam's Club in a 12 pack. These are both 15 ounces. And so I am going to add 2 cans of tomato sauce, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and then I will add all my seasonings. Okay, so we have our 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of tomato paste, 1.5 cans of tomato paste, 2 cans of the tomato sauce. What I'm adding right now, I'm adding 2 bay leaves, 1 whole teaspoon of basil, teaspoon of oregano. All of these are, I love these bulk size Members Mark from Sam's Club spices. Italian seasoning, 2 tablespoons. This is a crock pot worth. This is a, I want to say 4-quart crock pot from Hamilton Beach. Had it since college. Hasn't died on me yet. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, I like to add crushed red pepper. This is a special seasoning from my cousin that I think just adds a really nice variety. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon of this. Garlic powder. Don't feel like you could ever go wrong. So I will add 2 heaping teaspoons of that bad boy. Black pepper, same as the crushed red pepper. I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon, just enough to add just a little bit of spice. And that is it. I am going to taste this, see how it is, and I will potentially add a sprig of our fresh basil to this. I forgot salt. Salt, I usually just add a teaspoon until I've tasted it. So I'm gonna stir all this together, kind of see how it works, and then we will see if we need to add anything more. The spaghetti is done. I've added our 2 pounds of ground longhorn meat. We've got approximately 6 garlic cloves, 2 diced tomatoes, 2 tomato paste, 1.5 tomato paste, 2 tomato sauce, a whole red onion, and all the seasonings we went through. And so now what I'm doing is I took a fresh basil sprig from our backyard in one of our pots. I'm just gonna throw it in there on top. And then also, no waste nutrition. Do not throw away your Parmesan rinds when you're done shredding them. What you can do with Parmesan rinds, I like to add them to soups. I like to add them to sauces like this. I'm going to throw this and bury it in my spaghetti sauce. And I'm going to put this in my crock pot on high.
Okay, you guys, now it is time for self-care. So on days that I have the availability, I do love to use this red light blanket. It is a red light infrared mix that I use. It is by a company called Life Pro, and Life Pro is the brand that we have. They are HSA and FSA eligible. With the doctor's note, we did not go that route. We just paid for it outright. They had a really great Black Friday special. So I am gonna sit in here for about 20 minutes. I did something during my workout yesterday. My right wrist is giving me a little pain right now, and I'm having trouble like holding stuff on it. So red light has been proven to assist with all types of inflammation, muscle regeneration, etc. So I'm going to sit in here for 20. Usually whenever I'm sitting here, I'll read, I'll kind of look out the window and pray, or I'll sit here and just do research on different things. So just recapping what we have done today is we did our garden water this morning. Spaghetti's downstairs in the crock pot. I can smell it from up here. And then steam clean the shower. And then, yeah.